Have you ever caught yourself thinking, gosh, if I just felt more confident, then I could finally speak up? Or, chase that new opportunity,
Yeah.
or just feel okay in any situation?
Yeah, it's such a common feeling. And it leads right into the big question we're tackling today.
Which is,
Well, what if the way we think about confidence is actually what's holding us back?
how so?
Because the usual idea is that confidence is this thing you either have or you don't, like you're born with it.
Right. Some people just seem to have it.
Exactly. But our deep dive into the research, it shows something totally different. Confidence isn't some fixed trait. It's a skill, something you can learn, something you build, like a muscle.
Okay, that changes things completely. If it's a skill like a muscle,
Yeah.
what's the first exercise then? Because I think we all have this image of confidence being loud, maybe a bit flashy.
Yeah, the know-it-all type, forget that.
Yeah.
What the sources point to is that real confidence is actually quieter. It's steady. It's this inner belief that, as one expert puts it really nicely, you can genuinely handle life.
Wow. Handle life. That's big. But grounded.
It's a huge internal shift.
Yeah.
And just to be clear, we're not just talking vague positive vibes here. We're talking about boosting your self-esteem.
Which is different.
Yeah, the sources define self-esteem as how you value yourself
Mm.
deep down. Confidence is more like the engine that raises that value.
Yeah.
And it really thrives when you're authentic.
Being real.
Being real, yeah. Being yourself. Confidence grows when you stop trying so hard to be someone else,
That makes so much sense. I'm thinking about people learning new things, like, say, English. That fear of making mistakes can be paralyzing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But confidence isn't about being perfect.
Yeah.
It's having the courage to speak anyway, knowing mistakes are just part of learning, and actually being proud of making the effort.
Mm.
So that's what this deep dive is about. We're going to unpack what confidence really is, look at practical tips, explain some key ideas, basically show you how you can live with more confidence every day, even if you think you're shy or you've always doubted yourself.
Okay, I'm ready. Let's unpack this.
Great. So first off, let's just bust a big myth right away.
The born with it idea.
That exact one.
Yeah.
The research is really clear. Confident people are made. They're not just found like that. It's not a gift some people get. It's built, like literally constructed bit by bit.
Okay, so if it's built and it's not about being fearless, what about fear? How do confident people actually deal with being nervous or scared? Because I think a lot of us feel like, oh, I'm nervous, so I must not be confident.
That's such a key point. Confident people, they absolutely feel nervous. Before a big talk, a tough conversation, the nerves are there.
Okay.
The difference is they act anyway. Confidence isn't the lack of fear. It's the choice, the decision to move forward despite the fear.
So it's like self-trust.
That's a perfect way to put it.
Yeah.
Trusting yourself to speak up or take that action or make that call, even when you're not 100% sure how it'll turn out. Because waiting for that 100% certainty, that often just means you end up doing nothing.
And that process, acting even when it's scary, that leads us to another big concept, right? Vulnerability, which often gets a bad rap like it's weakness.
Oh, completely. It's seen as something to hide.
Yeah.
But the research, it flips that entirely. It shows vulnerability as like a major form of strength.
So.
It means showing up authentically, admitting you don't know something, asking for help, even when it feels uncomfortable, right? Confident people aren't afraid to say, I don't have the answer yet, or could you help me with this? That kind of openness, it builds respect. It builds real connection. And that's incredibly powerful.
It really is a stark contrast to what you see in, say, movies or on social media, that polished, perfect image of confidence.
So much of that is just image management. It's performance. What we're seeing here is that real confidence is about being genuine and really committing to your own growth, which brings us to what the sources call the confidence myth. This idea that, well, some people just have it, and I guess I don't.
That's such a limiting belief.
It's totally paralyzing. It stops people from even trying. But here's the reality check. Every single confident person you look up to, they were a beginner once. They felt awkward, they messed up, they definitely made mistakes, and they practiced a lot.
Which is where self-image comes in, right?
Yeah.
That picture you have of yourself in your head. If
Yeah.
you keep telling yourself, I'm shy or I always blow it.
That story becomes your reality. It anchors your confidence down low. But the exciting part is you can change that story
Oh.
by shifting that self-image. Even just small adjustments, telling yourself, I'm learning, or I'm capable, or I'm figuring this out. When you change the inner story, your actions start to change too.
Okay.
So the big takeaway here is a really simple but huge. Confidence isn't something magical you wait for. It's something you create. You don't need to feel confident to begin. You begin, and then the confidence follows. It flips the whole script.
Okay, so how does that actually play out? How do we kickstart this? You mentioned something called the confidence loop.
Yes. This is like the core mechanism. It's how confidence actually builds step by step. It goes like this. Action leads to evidence.
Okay, action first.
Action first. That action gives you evidence proof that you did the thing or survived it or learned something.
Right, like, okay, I spoke up and nothing terrible happened.
Exactly. Or I made a mistake, but I recovered. That evidence then shapes your belief. Your inner conviction starts to change. Maybe I can handle this.
Got it. Belief grows.
Belief grows.
Yeah.
And that leads to more confidence. And what does more confidence lead to?
More action.
More actions in this upward spiral. Each cycle reinforces the next. It's powerful stuff.
And it all starts with that first action, that decision to initiate, to just start, even if you're not feeling ready.
Precisely. Starting that conversation, asking that question, even if you're nervous, that first step, however small, starts building momentum. You get moving, and the next step feels a little bit easier.
Because so many people get stuck waiting for certainty, right? I'll do it when I know it'll work out perfectly.
Exactly. But life rarely gives us guarantees. Confident people, they accept a level of risk. They understand that not trying often leads to more regret than trying and maybe stumbling a bit.
Let's use that English learner example again. If you wait for perfect grammar.
You might never speak. But if you try a few sentences now, even imperfectly, boom, you're in the loop.
You get experience, you get evidence.
You start building that belief, okay, I can communicate, the loop gets stronger, you see yourself making progress.
And a really crucial part of keeping that loop going, especially when things don't go perfectly, is resilience, isn't it?
Absolutely critical. Resilience is your ability to bounce back, to recover after a setback or a mistake.
Why is that so key for confidence?
Because things won't always go smoothly. You'll mess up. You get a weird reaction sometimes. Resilient people don't let that stop them. They learn from it, maybe adjust their approach, and they keep going. They stay in the loop.
There's a really powerful line from the research that flips a common idea on its head. Something like, you don't need belief to start. You need to start to build belief.
That's it. Action forges belief. It's not just a catchy phrase, it's how it works. So many successful people started out feeling unsure, awkward even. They built their confidence brick by brick through doing the thing.
So the message here is pretty clear.
Start small. Take one tiny risk today. Don't wait to feel brave. Just begin. Let the action lead the way. Trust that the belief and the confidence will catch up. The loop's right there, waiting for you to step into it.
Okay, moving on. It's fascinating how the sources emphasize that confidence isn't just in your head. It's also about how you present yourself, your voice, your body.
Totally. It's holistic.
Yeah.
Confident people don't just have good ideas. The way they communicate reinforces their message.
How does that work with the voice?
Well, when someone speaks confidently, they tend to speak with intention. They're aware of their pacing, their clarity, how they use pauses.
Pauses are important.
Very. They give weight to your words. They let things sink in for you and the listener. Rushing can signal nervousness. And it's not about having a perfect accent, by the way.
Oh, that's a relief for a lot of people.
For sure. It's not about sounding native. It's about sounding sure of what you're saying. Calm, steady.
So you mentioned three things: pace, tone, and clarity. Can we break those down a bit?
Yeah. Pace is your speed. Find a natural rhythm, not too fast, not too slow. Use those pauses. Tone is the feeling in your voice aiming for calm, focused, steady. It really changes how words land. And clarity is about being easy to understand. Good enunciation, making sounds distinct. When you're clear, people trust what you're saying more, and that feeds back into your own confidence.
And beyond the voice, there's body language. How much does that communicate?
Oh, tons. Your body speaks volumes before you even say a word. Posture is huge. Standing or sitting tall, shoulders back, chest open. It just signals, I'm here, I'm present, I'm in control.
What about things like hand gestures?
Yeah, gestures should feel natural, controlled. They should support your words, not distract. And eye contact is key for building trust.
That can feel intense for some people, though.
Totally. So start small. Look at the spot between someone's eyebrows. If direct eye contact feels like too much, or just hold it for a few seconds, look away briefly, then reconnect. It's about connection, not staring someone down.
Okay, here's a really interesting bit. This idea of embodied confidence. That your body can actually influence your mind, like fake it till you make it, but with posture.
Kind of, yeah. It's a feedback loop. Your brain constantly gets signals from your body. So if you stand tall, breathe deeply, use open gestures, your body sends signals like safe, powerful to your brain.
And that can actually change brain chemistry.
It can. It can lower cortisol, the stress hormone, and potentially increase testosterone, which is linked to confidence. It's like a nonverbal pep talk you give yourself.
Let's try it. Everyone listening, just sit or stand a bit taller right now. Shoulders back, chin slightly up. Take a slow breath. Now maybe just whisper it, I can do this. Do you feel that? Even a tiny shift.
It's surprisingly effective, isn't it? That's embodied confidence in action.
So a really practical tip from this is maybe practice in front of a mirror. Saying simple, positive things.
Absolutely. Say things like, my voice matters, or I'm learning and improving. Watch your posture. Listen to your tone. Practice that gentle eye contact with your reflection. It helps you get comfortable with projecting confidence physically.
So the big takeaway here is that confidence is physical too. It's in your voice. It's in how you hold yourself. And practicing that physical side actually builds the internal feeling.
Exactly. Your words and your body language should work together to amplify your message and your self-belief.
Okay, let's talk about something pretty universal. That voice inside our heads. The inner critic.
Ah, yes. The one that loves to whisper or sometimes yell things like, you're not good enough, you're going to fail, just don't bother.
It feels like it's trying to protect us sometimes, but
it mostly just keeps us small, right? Real confidence involves learning to manage that critic, to replace that doubt with a sense of direction.
So our internal chatter, our self-talk, is key here. How does the inner critic's negative criticism differ from useful constructive feedback?
That's a crucial distinction. Constructive feedback aims to help you improve. It's usually specific and objective. The inner critic stuff, it's often vague, overly harsh, personal, and just designed to shut you down. Confidence grows when you start realizing, hey, wait a minute, not everything that voice says is true or helpful.
So you have to challenge it.
You have to. If it says, I'm hopeless at giving presentations, you ask, is that really true? With every part terrible, did anyone say something positive? You question the evidence, just like you would if someone else said it.
Okay, so the sources suggest a kind of practice for this, like 3 steps.
Yeah, a really practical approach. First, catch the voice. Just start noticing when it pipes up and what it typically says. Awareness is step 1.
Okay, notice it then.
Second, question the voice. Ask yourself honestly, would I ever talk to a friend this way? Probably not, right? So why is it okay to say it to yourself?
Good point. And the 3rd step?
Reframe the thought. This is key. Take the negative thought and consciously change it into something more balanced or progress-oriented. So instead of, I'm so awkward, I'm learning how to connect better, or each conversation is practice.
It's not about pretending problems don't exist, but changing the narrative around them.
Exactly. And this ties directly into tackling perfectionism. That trap of thinking you have to do everything flawlessly or not at all. So common, especially when learning something new.
Yeah, definitely.
But confidence isn't about perfection. It's about progress. Shifting your focus to just making forward movement, improving over time, that allows you to make mistakes, learn from them, and celebrate the small wins. That's where confidence really grows.
The sources mention a cool tool called a confidence file. What's that?
Oh, I love this one. It's super simple, just a notebook or a file on your computer where you deliberately collect positive things. Compliments people give you, emails praising your work, moments you felt proud of yourself, skills you've mastered.
And you look at it when you're feeling doubtful?
Exactly. When the inner critic gets loud, you pull out your confidence file and show yourself actual, concrete evidence of your capabilities and your progress. It's hard to argue with facts.
So this whole process is about shifting from being stuck in doubt to having clear direction. How does having a plan help?
It gives your brain something constructive to focus on. Instead of spinning in what-if scenarios fueled by fear, you focus on the what next.
Like, okay, my next step is just to practice these 5 sentences.
Precisely. Or, my goal today is to ask one question in the meeting. That focus on the immediate actionable step pushes the doubt into the background.
So it's important to remember the inner critic might not vanish completely.
Probably not. But its voice doesn't have to run the show. It becomes background noise, not the driver.
So maybe a good affirmation here is, I am not my doubts.
I am what I do next.
I like that. I am what I do next.
That changes everything.
We often think confidence comes from, like, one big breakthrough moment, but the research really emphasizes something else, doesn't it?
Oh, absolutely. It's not about waiting for lightning to strike. Confidence is built through small things, tiny actions, repeated consistently, day after day. It's less about big bursts of motivation and more about simple, steady routines.
The daily habits.
The daily habits.
Yeah.
These are the things that actually train your brain little by little to believe in yourself.
Okay, let's dive into some of those. What's the first one?
Start your day with a win. Seriously, something small. Making your bed, drinking a glass of water first thing, saying one positive affirmation out loud.
Why does that help?
It immediately creates a sense of accomplishment and control. Sets a positive tone. Builds a little bit of momentum right from the get-go.
Okay, small win to start. What's next?
Practice speaking out loud daily, even if you're alone.
You're talking to yourself.
Yeah. Or reading something aloud, use a mirror, record yourself on your phone. It gets you comfortable with the sound of your own voice, helps with flow, pronunciation. It normalizes the act of speaking. Tells your brain, see, speaking is safe, speaking is normal.
Number 3.
Keep a confidence journal, different from a regular journal. Every evening, just quickly note down one thing you did well today, one thing you learned, and one small step you'll try tomorrow.
Keeps track of progress.
Exactly. It builds awareness of how far you're coming and gives you concrete evidence against that inner critic later on.
Makes sense.
Fourth habit.
Use positive language consciously. We talked about reframing negative self-talk. Make it a habit. Catch yourself saying, I can't, and swap it for I'm learning how to, or mistakes help me grow.
It sounds simple, but changing your language really can start to shift your identity.
Okay, 5th.
Do one courageous thing every day. And courageous is relative here. It just means something slightly outside your comfort zone.
Doesn't have to be huge.
Not at all. Ask a stranger for the time. Post a comment online.
Yeah.
Send that email you've been putting off. Each little act is like adding a brick to your confidence wall. And the key is consistent practice, not rare, massive leaps.
Got it. Number 6.
Visualize success. Take just 2 or 3 minutes a day. Close your eyes and vividly imagine yourself handling a situation confidently, giving that presentation smoothly, navigating that social event calmly, speaking clearly. Feel the positive emotions associated with it.
What does visualization actually do?
It primes your brain. Your brain often doesn't strongly distinguish between vivid imagination and real experience. So you're essentially rehearsing success, making it feel more familiar and achievable when the real situation comes up.
Interesting. And the last one, number 7.
Surround yourself with positive input. Your environment really matters. Pay attention to the content you consume, the people you follow online, the communities you're part of. Seek out sources that are supportive, encouraging, focused on growth. It makes building confidence feel more natural.
So wrapping this section up, the core idea is
Confidence is a practice. It's not a personality type you're stuck with. It comes from these consistent small actions and cultivating the right mindset. It's something you actively build day by day.
okay, let's tackle the big one for many people. Feeling confident in front of others. Presentations, meetings, even just parties. Why is that often so much harder?
It's definitely where the rubber meets the road for a lot of us. The presence of others just ramps up the pressure, the self-consciousness. Even well-prepared people get nervous.
But the key message remains, you can still be confident while nervous.
Absolutely. Remember, confidence isn't the absence of nerves. It's about what you do despite them. The goal here is presence, being fully focused on the now, not lost in worrying about the future.
Because nervousness often comes from anticipation, right? Thinking, what if I mess up? What will they think?
Exactly. You're playing out disaster scenarios in your head. The solution is to pull your attention back to the present moment.
How do we do that practically when we're feeling jittery?
Okay, strategy number 1. Focus on the other person, not yourself. Seriously, shift your focus outward. Instead of worrying, how am I doing? Hey, ask, how can I connect with this person? Or what can I learn from them? Ask questions, listen actively. It takes the pressure off you.
Makes sense. What else?
Second, use grounding techniques. These are quick tools to anchor you in the present. Box breathing is great. Inhale for 4, hold for 4, exhale for 4, hold for 4. Repeat a few times. It calms the nervous system right down.
Anything else for grounding?
Yeah, you can touch something physical, your chair, a pen, just to feel the texture and bring you back to your senses. Or even just silently name the emotion. Okay, feeling nervous? Acknowledging it can reduce its power.
Okay, focus out. Ground yourself. What's strategy 3?
Prepare. Simple phrases. Have a few easy go-to phrases ready so you don't have to scramble for words. Things like, that's a good question, or let me think about that for a second, or could you say that again? They buy you time and project calmness, even if you're not feeling it inside. Clarity over complexity.
Number 4 is interesting. Accept imperfection publicly. Don't try to hide mistakes.
Right. Confident people don't pretend to be perfect. If you stumble over a word, just smile. Say, oops, let me rephrase that, and carry on. Or, if you're learning English, maybe, still working on that word. It's disarming, shows authenticity, and tells your brain mistakes are okay. It's about quick recovery.
Makes errors less scary. 5th strategy.
Stand tall and claim your space.
Wow.
Back to body language. Good posture sends a strong signal to others and to your own brain. Shoulders back, stand evenly, use open gestures. It non-verbally says, I have a right to be here. I belong. It's about being appropriately assertive.
Okay, and the final one. After the interaction is over,
Reflect. Don't regret. This is crucial. After the meeting or conversation, resist replaying mistakes. Instead, ask yourself 2 simple questions. What went well, and what might I try differently next time? Turn every experience into a learning opportunity, not a reason for self-criticism.
so confidence in front of others isn't about being perfectly smooth or fearless.
Not at all. It's about connection, staying present as much as possible, and practicing these strategies. The nerves might still be there, especially at first, but they don't have to be in charge. You learn to act alongside them.
Okay. Let's just take a deep breath together now. Everyone listening, just breathe in and out. We've covered a lot, really unpacked what confidence means, how it's built, how it can grow in you.
Yeah, it's not some far-off dream. It's accessible. It starts right now.
Yeah.
It's not about being loud or perfect or always right. It's really about the courage to just show up, taking those small actions day after day and building trust. Not in some external thing, but trust in your own ability to handle things, to learn, to grow.
So we've learned it's a skill, not a gift. It's that loop. Action creates confidence. It's a daily practice. It's a choice you make when doubt pops up. And it's even in your voice, your posture.
So maybe take a second now and just picture who is the confident version of you. Not some superhero version, but the real, steady, curious, growing you.
The one who asks the question even if they feel silly.
Yeah. The one who speaks up, even if the sentence isn't perfect. The one who can say, I'm still learning and feel okay about that, even proud of the effort.
And that version isn't a fantasy. It's actually within reach. You're already building it.
Absolutely. So let's maybe recap 5 core principles to take away from all this.
Let's.
1, confidence comes after the action, not before. Just start.
2,
Your inner voice shapes your reality. Be your own coach, not your biggest critic.
3 is about mistakes.
Right. Mistakes mean you're trying. Shame is the real enemy, not the error itself. Bounce back.
4, consistency beats intensity.
Little bits, often. That's way more powerful than huge efforts once in a blue moon.
And 5,
Your confidence actually helps others. When you show up calmly and authentically, you make it safer for them to be brave too.
which links to that idea of empowerment. Building your confidence isn't just for you. It ripples out. It's a quiet form of leadership.
Beautifully put. So after hearing all this, what's the next step? You don't need to remember every single detail. Just hold on to this. You're already on the path. Every step you take, even the smallest one, matters.
So keep learning English, or prepare for that meeting, or join that group. Just keep moving. Start small. Stay consistent. Talk nicely to yourself. And when you feel that doubt,
Take the action anyway. That's how it's built. Not by waiting, but by doing. Quietly, consistently.
and maybe a final thought to leave everyone with, how will taking just one small, consistent step towards your confidence today, how will that not only change things for you, but also maybe, just maybe, quietly inspire someone else watching you?